What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And this is actually the second time of me recording this live stream because what I found out is that there's some issue with my previous live stream, so I decided to do the whole thing again. And yesterday I received some feedback saying that my first live stream was a bit too fast, so I would be slower this time. And hopefully this live stream is working. And so in the beginning, for all of these live stream, what I'll do is I'll talk about the market updates in the crypto market, in the NFT market. Then I'll talk about some recent news that I think is pretty interesting, and then I'll close up with a NFT project. So if you look at the crypto market, Bitcoin is now trading at 42,000. Ethereum has finally broken through the 3,000 US dollar value and has now broken resistance, so this is actually quite bullish, right? If you look across the line, some tokens are doing very great, like Cardano, like there's 8% increase in just within 24 hours, but in 7 days there's a 23% increase. So in 7 days, if you bought Cardano 7 days ago, you'll have a 20% increase, so that's amazing, right? But in general, all the tokens are actually doing quite well, so the market has kind of have a bullish momentum. People are excited, but always be careful. But having Ethereum at $3,000 is actually an exciting thing because it shows that the psychological barrier, or the resistance of $3,000 for Ethereum has finally broken through. But we have yet to see whether this will continue to sustain, because a while back it has broken 3,000 but then went back down, and now it's just going back up, right? So we'll see how it goes. In terms of the NFT market, pretty exciting, because usually when Ethereum goes up, the NFT market would go down because people would like to become more liquid. What they'll do is that they'll sell the NFTs and own that Ethereum and then sell Ethereum for US dollars. But this is not really happening, and you see that a lot of projects, if you look at the trading volume by 24 hours, Muri is still the number one, which is the project that I talked about yesterday. But then if you scroll down, you see some projects are increasing by 36%. Some projects are increasing by 40% in terms of the floor price. And the reason why these projects are increasing, the first one is actually Creepz. Creepz is basically a kind of like an IP project where you have a NFT game, and then they're planning to do an animation. And the reason why they have such a huge increase is that back then when this project launched, there were a lot of influencers promoting this project, and then it was trading at a very, very high price after the mint. It went to around 9 Ethereum, if I believe correctly. For some reason, this is not really loading, but let me show you again. So the reason why Creepz is increasing so quickly is because season 2 for the NFT project is now up, and in just around 2 days or 3 days, they are now allowing 2 Creepz NFTs to breed, right? So you could own 2 of these Genesis NFT, and then they can breed together and create a new NFT. And then in season 2, there's a lot of new content that they're gonna create for the community, so that's why the floor price has suddenly increased, right? So on Friday, which is 3 days, you could start incubating your ID lizard, right? So you could start creating like a I think this is a lizard where you can get by merging 2 of your Creepz together. So finally the price is here. Back then, post mint, it was around trading at 9 Ethereum. Boom, went down to 2 Ethereum ish, and now from 1.9 going to 2.49, right? So it's starting to gain some momentum. But is season 2 enough to make the Creepz project sustain and go back to here? Well, it really depends, right? So you have to check out their website and see, do you think it could sustain? So another project that did pretty well is actually PREMINT Planet. And the reason why PREMINT Planet is doing so well is that they have a, PREMINT Planet 40% increase in floor price in just 24 hours. So what happened is that, similar to the Bored Ape, they have a 3D ape, right? But what happened is that right now they're gonna mutate these apes so that there will be a new collection. So basically they're gonna have like an infected ape, and this is the reason why the floor price is increasing. So whether the floor price, so similar to the previous project, this was quite a high project post mint, but then boom, went down from 2.9 Ethereum to, you know, the low 0.4 and now just going back to 0.56. So do you think a mutant prime ape planet is justified? If you think it is, it could, you know, continue the momentum, then the floor price might keep going up. But you think it not, then, you know, maybe right now is not the time to invest, right? So every time when you see projects mooning or, you know, making these drastic moves, it is always good to check out their website, check out the Twitter, and see what exactly is happening, right? So that you could know whether you should invest or not. So after talking about the market, I'll talk about recent news that I find interesting. So the first one is Goldman Sachs makes over-the-counter Bitcoin trade, first by major Wall Street bank. So basically what happened is that, you know, on the headlines, what you think is that, oh, Goldman Sachs decides to buy Bitcoin, right? And this is, you know, bullish for Bitcoin, because when you buy Bitcoin, the supply would go down, and then due to supply and demand, the price of Bitcoin would go up if Goldman Sachs buys enough Bitcoin. But actually, if you look into the article, you'll find out that Goldman Sachs just became the first major US bank to have made an over-the-counter cryptocurrency transaction. According to an announcement made public today, which is actually today, right? The Wall Street giant bought an OTC Bitcoin non-deliverable option (NDO) from Galaxy Digital. So an OTC Bitcoin NDO sounds complicated, but it basically means Goldman Sachs bought a contract betting on the future price of Bitcoin rather than actually buying the digital asset itself. So Goldman Sachs is not buying Bitcoin, but they're buying contracts to bet on the price of the the price of Bitcoin in the future. So this would not have any supply and demand effect on the Bitcoin price, but it is definitely a bullish thing, because, you know, with more institution money or if more institution trading on, you know, a certain asset, the chances of it having a high volatility is definitely there, and, you know, definitely more interest is gonna be within that asset, right? So it is an interesting story, because back in 2018, right, it announced plans for a crypto trading desk, but then did not execute on it. But then last year it opened the trading desk, right? And also, if you go down to see, you know, options trading, so basically this is options trading for Goldman Sachs. It's an extremely popular thing for investing in cryptocurrency. So instead of, you know, traders buying and selling the digital asset, they actually buy and sell contracts that bets on the price of the asset, right? So for Goldman Sachs, they did not actually own crypto, they did not own it in a wallet, but then they're trying to, you know, buy futures contracts, okay? So enough of crypto news. Another recent Metaverse news is that basically Metaverse, Decentraland is going to host a Metaverse Fashion Week, right? So this is an article about the Metaverse Fashion Week. So what happened is that several big brands like Tommy Hilfiger decides to, you know, join Decentraland's Metaverse Fashion Week, and then on the March 24th, it is a few days, and they will have you know, panel discussions. They will have digital avatar, you know, walking there, and then they're gonna have a place where you could buy NFTs for the physical asset, and also for a virtual asset for your avatar, right? So unfortunately, this article is a paid version, but I previously retrieved an article that is not a paid version. So I would suggest you to check it out. I'm gonna put the article in the description link below. Basically, it means that a lot of brands like DOG, a lot of fashion labels are gonna participate in Decentraland's Metaverse Fashion Week. So this is quite exciting. Would it affect the price of the Mana token? I'm not sure. If people really want to buy these NFTs, they might buy Mana token, right? But then what it would really happen is that media articles, you know, within the fashion industry is gonna cover Decentraland. So it's gonna bring more attention to the metaverse, and it's gonna bring more attention to Web3. So that is for sure. So besides Decentraland, I'm gonna move on to NFT news, okay? So recently, I'm not sure if you noticed, but a few Bored Ape owners have been hacked. And basically what happened is that, according to Zach, right, he said that, you know, someone fell for a new Bored Ape animation phishing site and lost 3 Bored Ape NFTs, which is worth $900,000. And then basically this guy, who is Black Apple, he owned 3 Bored Apes. His Bored Ape was stolen by this address, which is the hacker's address. So what happened is that the hacker address, you know, maybe brought a Twitter account with a, you know, verified tick, or maybe hacked someone and then post this thing saying that, hey, if you are a Bored Ape Yacht Club Mutant Ape Yacht Club holder, and if you want to animate your NFT on Twitter OpenSea wearable, basically you could go to this website and then connect your wallet and then animate it, refresh your metadata, and then you would get the Bored Ape that is animated, which is pretty cool, right? But then basically what happened on the website is that the owner of the Bored Ape signed the authorization for the hacker to basically move all of the NFTs away from his wallet, right? And that is why this Bored Ape guy lost all 3 of his Bored Ape. So what this teaches you is that basically you need to stop connecting your wallet and approving transactions on random site. And this is very important because do you want to lose a Bored Ape or a blue chip NFT project for a chance for someone to animate it, right? And usually it doesn't really make sense. How can you just connect a profile picture into a website and then they can automatically animate it for you, right? Usually when these are animated, it's animated by animators, right? It's done manually. It can't be done by having a website doing it automatically for you. So every time when things are too good to be true, or if you have a link that asks you to authorize something that you do not know what you're doing, definitely be very careful. It could be a scam site. Another NFT news, okay, moving on. Chinese internet giant WeChat clamped down on NFT platforms. So basically the Chinese government hasn't really explicitly say anything towards NFTs itself, but definitely the Chinese government is against all type of speculation with regards to NFT. But NFTs, but cryptocurrency itself is actually banned in China, right? So if we're talking about NFTs, the means to acquire NFTs is banned in China, but the idea of NFT itself is not banned in China. But what happened is that WeChat, which is similar to WhatsApp or a social media platform like maybe Twitter or Facebook, so WeChat is a huge social media platform in China, they have removed the account of several digital collectible platforms, okay, for allegedly violating the policy of illegal trade. And meanwhile, at the same time, another big tech company in China, Tencent-owned NFT platform and Ant Group, has updated the user agreement. Okay, so basically, what they are saying is that they're updating the policy and then saying that, hey, under the background that the compliance of digital collection is not clear, many platforms have begun to actively crack down on violations to prevent further fermentation of related behaviors, right? So what it means is that right now there is not a lot of not a lot of certainty with regards to NFT from the Chinese government. There are big brands, for example, Chinese social media giant Weibo announced the launch of their NFT marketplace top holder, and also in October, McDonald's launched a set of 188 NFTs to celebrate its 31st anniversary in the Chinese market. So there are big brands, entering into the NFT market. But then recently there is some regulation by these platforms themselves. So what it means is that either they know some information from the Chinese government talking about NFTs that they want to clamp it down, or maybe they're just regulating it, and there's maybe some big move. But it's interesting because Haidi Lao, which is a Chinese restaurant, recently decided to not launch NFTs, but they have decided to launch digital collection or digital collectibles. Okay, so basically the article is in Chinese. I have in the description link, but basically I translated it here. What it means is that they're launching a fan festival, which is kind of like a marketing campaign where they're gonna issue coupons through WeChat mini program, and also at the same time, interestingly, it will say that it will launch a series of blind boxes and digital collectibles known as the Pai Eat Xiao He Eggplant Star, right? So basically this blind box is a digital collectible. There is no physical thing. What they are the secondary products, which is physical, right? But rather than using the word NFTs, they're using the word digital collectibles, right? So would this digital collectible be backed by a blockchain? Is it gonna be on an Ethereum blockchain? Is it gonna be an open blockchain? Right now, we do not know yet, right? So it could be a closed blockchain. So what it means is that within China, regulations towards NFTs itself is still very blurred. Some companies are trying to use the term collectible, digital collectible, to bypass this or to issue this in a gray area, right? But definitely, if you are interested in the NFT market, if you're interested in the Chinese market, looking at news like this gives you a perspective on what is gonna happen, right? Because what China does have an influence in the market, in the crypto market, and also the NFT market. So that's it for today's news. Today I want to talk about an NFT project, and I want to talk about how you can have early access, right? So basically the project I want to talk about is PREMINT. So if you are within NFTs, if you are trying to grind for whitelist, you might have come across PREMINT before. So what exactly is PREMINT, right? So for NFTs collectors, right, if they want to create a whitelist, if they want to create a whitelist of quality collectors, right, they can use a platform called PREMINT. So PREMINT have worked with a lot of big NFT creators in the past. And what happened is that in order for you as a collector to participate in a whitelist raffle or to register for a whitelist, you basically you go to the PREMINT website, and the project holder could make certain requirements, right? For example, they could say that, hey, your wallet must have 0. something Ethereum to show that you have the money to buy the NFT and you are a real person instead of a bot using a dummy wallet account, right? To farm for NFTs. And at the same time, you can actually follow the social media account and to join the Discord and also have a certain role in order to be part of this list. So this is a very good thing because it automates the process of collecting the number one wallets and making sure that the wallets have enough Ethereum to mint the specific NFT, rather than just someone trying to bot this and sell the whitelist to someone else. And it also makes sure that you do follow them on Twitter and on Discord or other social media platform, right? So because this tool is so helpful, it has collaborated with a lot of different type of projects to help do whitelisting or allow this, right? So in order to use the service, they have a free version, or you can buy a creator pass in order to use free pre-list, right? PREMINT. But recently, they're gonna launch the PREMINT Collector Pass in April 1st at 12 p.m. Pacific time, okay? So what is this? So basically, each Collector Pass will be 0.25 Ethereum, and right now you could pre-register using the PREMINT software and to have a chance to win the whitelist, right? So as they said, they have worked with a lot of projects in the past. A lot of registrations have used the PREMINT platform, and a lot of collectors have benefited from this platform. So right now, there is no list that shows you the projects that are using PREMINT. Usually what the project do is they'll send out the PREMINT link, and then you could join it. So if you own the PREMINT Collector NFT, you can actually see all the active projects, and then you can have access into all public projects currently active and alpha on the list that is growing the fastest, right? So if you are someone who's into whitelisting, right, if you have trouble finding the newest and latest project or getting into whitelist, this could be a helpful tool for you, right? And then it will also show you what type of mint that you are qualified for. For example, it could be based on certain NFTs you could hold, I guess, and also the Ethereum that you have in your wallet, right? And then they also will give you a weekly newsletter, which is really helpful if you are looking for new projects, right? So they'll send out newsletters on daily, on Monday, on a weekly basis, right? And they'll have a calendar feed, and then you'll have exclusive things, okay? For example, I guess like a section of the website that could give you some certain perks. And then this pass is actually a 2022 collector pass, right? This is gonna be renewed annually, so you are guaranteed access to next year's collector pass. So by then you might have to buy a new collector pass, okay? So this is not a lifetime pass. Pay attention to this. But if you are someone who's trading actively, this could be a very helpful tool in your arsenal, right? And also within April, you can see this is the roadmap. You'll have the pass, okay? You can mint the pass, and they'll start sending out these newsletter, and then you'll have the feed of the PREMINT things, right? So if you have been using PREMINT, if you want a value-added service, showing you what NFTs are coming up, this could be a very helpful function. And in May, they're gonna launch the project and leaderboard, okay? So basically, it will give the holder access to browse all public PREMINT lists, sort them by popularity, and then find incredible lists to join. And of course, the creators can always mark the list as private. And in June, the pre-mint will show you exactly what projects your collection makes you eligible and helps you get on the list quickly, right? So basically, in the future, it could read your NFT collection and then give you certain access, right? So if you are someone who has an empty wallet without any NFT or blue chip NFT, maybe you might hold off from this because maybe you might not be able to benefit from certain lists. But if you have a lot of NFTs, or if you think that having this could help you within this year, then this could definitely be a project that you might be interested in. So the mint schedule for it is that they're gonna mint on April 1st, okay? So what happened is that they have a priority access list, and in order to do that is that you could join this, right, to get this access. And then 10,000 pre-registered wallet will guarantee spots, okay? To claim your guaranteed spot, you must show up during this time window, okay? So if you don't mint this, the pass is gonna be carried on, right, in 2 hours to the general access list for people who actually missed this minting window. And then in 2 hours, it's gonna be public, and then it's gonna be public unlimited, right? So this is basically it. If you are interested in this project, if you think there's a huge potential, or if you just wanna go for a quick flip, you could definitely pre-register and see how it goes. And if you think that the floor is trading very high, not a lot of people are able to pre-register, then definitely this is a project you want to check out. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe if you like the content, and I hope you gain value from this video. And that's it. Bye bye.